Hello, my friends. Back with another chapter or two of Amelia Bedelia. So today we're going to be reading chapter 3. It's called A Furry Compromise. "My baby has disappeared," the lady said. "When?" said Amelia Bedelia. "Just a few minutes ago," she said. "I had just given him a bath, clipped his nails, and brushed him. I turned around to get his dinner, and when I turned back, he was gone." "This is serious," said Amelia Bedelia. "Come in. You can use our phone to call the police." "Ha," said the woman. "They're no help. The last time this happened, they told me to put my baby on a leash. Outrageous." Amelia Bedelia couldn't believe her ears. "That's terrible." The woman nodded. "I'm glad you agree with me. How can I help?" asked Amelia Bedelia. "Keep your eyes peeled for my baby," said the woman. "Ouch," said Amelia Bedelia. That sounded much too painful. She didn't think she could do it, even for a lost baby. She was about to say so when the woman took a stack of papers out of her handbag. "This is my baby," she declared. "Isn't he adorable?" Amelia Bedelia couldn't help herself. Her mouth opened and her eyes popped out. She hoped that she didn't appear as stunned as she felt. "Yipes," she thought. "Either that's the ugliest baby I've ever seen, or it's the cutest dog in the world." "Well," said the woman, "don't you think she's adorable?" Amelia Bedelia had learned that whenever she didn't know what to say, the best thing to do was ask a question. "What's his name?" asked Amelia Bedelia. "His name is Baby, of course. I took one look at him in the animal shelter and said to myself, that's my baby." "Oh," said Amelia Bedelia. "My name is Gladys," said the woman. "Please call this number if you see him." "My name's Amelia Bedelia," said Amelia Bedelia, "and I will." Amelia Bedelia closed the door and went back to the dining room. "Who was it, sweetie?" asked her mom. Amelia Bedelia told her parents the story and showed them a picture of Baby. "You know," said Amelia Bedelia, said Amelia Bedelia's father, leaning back in his chair, "having a dog is a lot like having a baby." Amelia Bedelia and her mom looked at each other, and then back at him, and then back at each other. Then they both burst out laughing. He ignored them and kept right on talking. "A dog is a huge responsibility," he said. "You have to love it, feed it, take care of it, and play with it, just like you would a baby." "But a baby sleeps in a crib," said Amelia Bedelia. "It has toys and pacifiers and teddy bears." "A dog sleeps in a cozy bed," said her dad. "It has toys and things to chew on and balls to chase." "Babies cry in the middle of the night," said Amelia Bedelia. "You have to feed them, walk them, pat them, and sing them lullabies." "You have to walk a dog," said her dad. "They love doggy treats and getting scratched behind their ears. They need shots for rabies and other things." Amelia Bedelia's mother had heard enough. "Sorry, honey," she said. "I hate to disappoint you, but we're not getting a dog." Then she folded her arms tightly across her chest. That always meant no, absolutely not. No way, forget it. "I'm putting my foot down," she added. Amelia Bedelia peeked under the table. Both of her mom's feet were on the floor. "Why not get a dog?" asked her dad. "Yeah, why not?" asked Amelia Bedelia. "Because," said her mom, "if we get a dog, I am the only one who would end up having to take care of it." "No, you wouldn't," said Amelia Bedelia. "I'll do all the work, I promise. It will be good practice for me before I become a big sister." Bing bong went the doorbell. This time Amelia Bedelia's mother went to get the door. It was Gladys again. Now she was holding a wriggly ball of fur with sparkling eyes. Gladys showed Baby to Amelia Bedelia's mom, who scratched behind his ears, and they chatted. "Can we get a dog, Mom?" asked Amelia Bedelia as Gladys and Baby said goodbye. Pretty, please." Her mom looked at Amelia Bedelia, then at her husband. Then she said, "What kind of dog would you get?" Yay, thought Amelia Bedelia. This sounded like progress, but it was so sudden she wasn't sure what to say. So she followed her own rule and asked a question. "What kinds are there?" she said. "There are hundreds of breeds," said her father. "There are working dogs, hunting dogs, huge dogs, tiny dogs, dogs that are curly, fuzzy, silky, frizzy." Okay, said Amelia Bedelia. "To choose the right dog," he said, "you'll need to do your homework." "Well, I already finished my homework," said Amelia Bedelia. "I can start my dog work as soon as we're finished eating." "Hey," said her mother, "don't you know someone who walks dogs?" Do you guys remember? "Diana," said Amelia Bedelia. "That's perfect. I gave her the idea to start a dog walking business." "Well then," said her mom, "I'm sure she would help you figure out what kind of dog to get." "Yeah," said her dad. "Maybe you could help her walk the dogs. You could take different types of dogs for a test drive, like a car, to see which one you like." After Amelia Bedelia helped with the dishes, she called Diana. They set a time to meet in the park the next day. That night, Amelia Bedelia dreamed about dogs and babies. Little babies were perched on top of huge dogs like jockeys on racehorses. A doorbell rang, and away they went. Alrighty, chapter 4 is called A Walk in the Park. The next afternoon, Amelia Bedelia met Diana in the park, just as they had planned. Diana had her dog Buster with her, but she was also surrounded by 9 other dogs in all shapes and sizes and colors. Hi, Amelia Bedelia. Did you bring any of your famous lemon tarts along with you? Asked Diana. Amelia Bedelia shook her head. Sorry, I forgot. I'm glad, said Diana. Those yummy tarts drive my dogs crazy. Amelia Bedelia began to scratch a dog behind its long, leathery ears. They were enormous, like elephant ears. That's a bloodhound. His name is Sherlock, said Diana. He can follow any trail just by tracking a scent. A scent? Said Amelia Bedelia. Can he find more valuable stuff like dimes and quarters and dollar bills? A bloodhound can follow a smell for miles and find whatever he needs to be found, explained Diana. At that moment, all the dogs perked up their ears. They all turned their heads in the same direction. Amelia Bedelia and Diana looked too. Prancing down the path was a magnificent poodle. Wow, said Diana. What a cutie. Are poodles your favorite dog? Asked Amelia Bedelia. That's a terrific poodle, said Diana. Do you know the boy walking it? Amelia Bedelia was so captivated by the dog that she hadn't even noticed the boy at all. She looked back at him just as he and his dog came upon the group of skateboarders at the top of the hill. One of the skateboarders whistled loudly while another boy bowed deeply. A third yelled, "Hey, dog boy, who's your girlfriend?" Then they laughed, and they rode in circles around the boy and his dog. Amelia Bedelia felt bad for him. Those skateboarders went to her school. Tomorrow she would tell them not to be so mean to other people. I have a favor to ask, said Diana. Would you help me return these tired pups to their owners? They're your pals. They won't give you any trouble. Sure, said Amelia Bedelia. I can do that. Thanks, said Diana. I need to get home early. Tonight, I'm going on my very first blind date. Amelia Bedelia didn't know what to say, so she asked a question. Will you take his seeing eye dog for a walk? A curious look came over Diana's face. Then she began to laugh. Oh, honey, she said, my date isn't blind. He can see. We've just never met before. We have friends in common, and they wanted us to meet since we both work with dogs. He has a dog grooming business, and he's a vet. Wow, said Amelia Bedelia. If Buster ever gets sick, you can take him to your blind date. Diana laughed even louder. No. He isn't a veterinarian, she said. He's a veteran. He served in the military and worked with dogs. Then he went back to school and he learned how to groom dogs. He loves them. Diana took the leashes of all 10 dogs and handed half of them to Amelia Bedelia. Here you go, she said. These 5 live on Maple Street. They're very smart. They'll let you know which house is theirs. Thanks for trusting me, said Amelia Bedelia, and have fun tonight. Oh, my friends. So chapter 5 is called Crossing Leashes. I wonder what could possibly go wrong with Amelia Bedelia returning these dogs to their owners. You know she always gets herself into some kind of trouble. Why don't you send me a video or write it down? What do you think Amelia Bedelia, what kind of trouble do you think she's going to get into trying to return these dogs to their owner? And we'll come back tomorrow and find out.